Okay, let's continue as I promised. I owe you guys this question. Yeah, just prepare all the material. Yeah, it's definitely not a hard question, right? It's just attention. So what we're given triangle ABC on coordinate plane, right? So coordinates of each point is 2, 6. A is 2, 6. B is -2, -2. C, point C has coordinates 6, -2, and D, which is in the middle, is 2, 2, 1. Right? 2, 1. So what we need to do, we need to rotate this triangle clockwise this way around point D. Okay, 90 degrees, clockwise 90 degrees. So what's the challenge here? How to rotate. So what I would do, what I'm going to do, so because I know how to rotate points clockwise or counterclockwise around the origin, right? So what I want to do is move all the triangle to the origin, right? So point D would be our origin, right? So I want my point D to be here. And this is what we're gonna do. So D will be here. So how to move this point? So it will be 2 units to the left and 1 down, right? Okay, and now my point will be here. And because we're only interested in point C, right, we need to find new coordinates of point C. So 2 left and 2 down. So our C prime will have coordinates. Let's write it here. So point C has coordinates 6, -2. C prime, so 2 left. So 6 minus 2 is 4, and 1 down, right? So -2 minus 1 will be -3. So, and now we're rotating this point around origin. So to rotate point around origin, so transformation will get, so we switch coordinates, right? To rotate clockwise, so what we do, we switch coordinates, right? And x, that now its y coordinate will be negative. So our new point C, so it was here. So now it's going to be -3, 4. So now it will be here. So if we take a look, right? So 90 degrees. So here's the straight right angle here. So this will be D. Okay, but we remember that we moved 2 left and 1 down. So now we need to move it back, right? So now our point -3, -4, let's call it C prime. So now we have to move 2 up, 2 right, and 1 up, right? 2 right, so -3 plus 2, it will become -1, and 1 up. So negative 4 plus 1 will give us negative 3. Okay? So point C will convert into negative 1 and negative 3. The answer is C. Okay. That was a little bit. We did this question. I think we stopped here at question 32. Okay, please read the question. I will prepare the board. Okay, so if perimeter of the rectangle is 32 centimeters, then dimensions that would give the greatest possible area. Okay, so how to do this type of question? If you're good with multiplication, so we can do straightforward. So part A, right? You don't even need to see me, right? So let's keep the question on the screen. So the greatest possible areas, so 1 times 15 is 15, 1 times 31 is 31, 8 times 8 is 64, and 16 by 16 is 256. But, right, 16 by 16, the perimeter is not going to be 32, right? Because perimeter is sum of all sides, so it will be 16 times 4, 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16, which gives us 64, right? So answer D is not correct, so be careful, right? So we need to keep in mind that perimeter is 32. 8 by 8 is 64, area is 64, but perimeter is 32, all right? 8, it's a square, so 8 times 4 is 32. And answer B is wrong as well, because perimeter, if we add 31 plus 31 is 32, plus 1 is 34. So we have correct answer is C. Each small square below has an area of 16 centimeters square. What is the perimeter of the entire rectangle? Okay, so if each square has area of 16, then side of each square will be 4, and along length we have 7 squares, right? 7 squares. Let's do it on the screen, on the board. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have 3. Okay, so area of each square is 16, then it means that side of this square is 4. So we have 7 squares, so it will be 4 times 7, plus we need to find perimeter, 4 times 3, and times 2. We need to multiply it by 2. Okay, so it will be 28 plus 12 times 2, so it will be 40 times 2 equals to 80. the correct answer is D. And you'll find link to these exams questions in the comment section. Okay, next question. Use the following diagram to answer numerical response questions. And to remind, right? So part A will be no calculators, so mental math. It's testing your knowledge, theoretical knowledge, and mental math. So part A will be mostly, not mostly, numerical responses. No calculators, 30 minutes, right, for part A and 80 minutes for part B. Multiple choices, 32 questions in part B and 20 questions in part A. Okay, if triangle ABC and triangle ADC are similar triangles, then what is the length to the nearest tenth of a meter of segment AE? Okay, so let's draw this on the board. Okay. Something like that. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so CD is 5 meters. CE is 8.6 and CB is 2.5. Okay, so those are similar triangles. It means that, and they are right triangles. Similar triangles means that they say similar in shape but different in size, right? So we can figure out the scale. So we need to figure out, we need to calculate AE, right? We need to find AE, but what we can see that AE is AC plus CE, right? This side hypotenuse plus this hypotenuse, right? Can we figure out hypotenuse AC if we know that this triangle is similar? Yes, because we know hypotenuse CE, right? So what we need to figure out is scale factor. Okay. Scale factor. These two sides, right? These sides are related, right? So DE is related to AB and CD is related to CB, and of course CE is related to AC. Okay, so we know dimensions of this CD and AB. So from here, right, we just substitute numbers. So CD is 5, then K times 2.5, and from here we can find K equals to 2. K equals to 2, and from here we can calculate AC, right? So if CE 8.6 equals to 2 times AC, okay, then AC equals to 8.6 divided by 2 equals to 4.3. And from here, AE equals 8.6 plus 4.3 gives us 12.9. Okay, so the answer is 12.9. Okay, next question, question 36. Please read the question. Which of the following numbers lines represent the solution to the inequality? Okay, so we have inequality. 4x minus 12, 8x plus 4, 4x minus 12 greater than 8x plus 4. So we can simplify by 2, right, because all the terms are multiples of 2, so it will be 2x minus 6 greater than 4x plus 2, right? So we can move on all the unknowns to one side and numbers to the other side. So we can subtract 2 and subtract 2x on both sides. Okay, and what do we get? So it's gone. And so here we have negative 8 greater than 2x. We divide by 2, so x less than negative 4. So let's write it in proper way. So x less than negative 4. So we have two options, right? C and D, and the correct will be D, because negative 4 itself is not included in the domain. So we should be very careful about these empty or filled dots, right? Empty means that value is not included in the domain, and filled dot means the value is included. Okay, so correct answer is D. Okay, next questions. Yeah, and don't be, so as you can see, the numbers are not consecutive in these questions, because questions in this sample test, what we're doing right now, are taken from different years, right? From different PAT tests. Okay, let's do next question. Try to do it yourself while I'm preparing the board. Okay, a restaurant sells small sandwiches for $3 each, and large sandwiches, sandwiches for $5 each. Last weekend, the restaurant sold 300 sandwiches for a total of $1,210. How many small sandwiches did the restaurant sell last weekend? Okay, so let's try it. So let's x be, right? So we need to assign variables, right? This is what we need to do. So x will be number of small sandwiches, and y be number of big sandwiches. So how many we sold in total? X plus Y. 300. Or we shouldn't do this way because you guys didn't learn this. So if we sold X number of small sandwiches, then if the total number of sandwiches we sold is 300, then number of big sandwiches will be the difference, right? 300 minus X. Okay. So now, small sandwich cost $3, right? So total revenue from selling small sandwiches will be $3 times number of sandwiches, right? 3x. The the revenue from selling big sandwiches will be $5 because we sold them for $5 times number of sandwiches, big sandwiches, right? So it's 5 times 300 minus x, right? So if we add these two values, the result, our revenue is $1,210. Right? So now we solve it. We open brackets plus 1,500 minus 5x equals to 1,210. Right? So 3 minus 5x will be negative 2x. And then we subtract 1,500 from both sides. So it will be 1,210 minus 1,500 equals to 290, negative 290. Then x equals to 145, right? So the restaurant sold 145 sandwiches, small sandwiches. The correct answer is B. Okay, next question, numerical response. Please read and let's do. Brent is 7 years younger than Gail. In 3 years, the sum of their ages will be 83. What is their Brent's age now? So if Gail's age is X, Gail's age, right, then Brent's age, he's 7 years younger, right? So X minus 7, Brent's age. In 3 years, the sum of their ages will be 83. And so in three years, Gail's age will be X plus 3, and Brent's age will be X minus 7 plus 3 will be X minus 4, right? So if we add their ages, the sum will be equal to 83, right? So we'll open brackets, X plus 3 plus X minus 4 equals to 83. Combined like terms will be 2X, 3 minus 4 minus 1 equals to 83. Add 1 on both sides, we get 84. And divide by 2. 84 divided by 2 is 42. Okay? So Brent's age will be 42 minus 7 equals to 35. Okay? Let's check in 3 years, right? So in 3 years, Gail's age will be 45 and Brent's age will be 38. If we add, what do we get? 45 plus 30, 75. 75 plus 8 is 83. So, good. Okay, so let's move to the next question, question number 40. Let's do it. Gas station gives its customers 5 reward points for every liter of gas they purchase. If gas is 75.6 cents a liter and the total cost of purchase is $16.80, then the total number of reward points that the customer will receive to the nearest 5 points. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to find how many liters they've got, right? So how many liters of gas they bought, right? So cost of gas, 75.6 cents per liter. So we need to convert it to dollars, right? So it will be dollars per liter. Okay, so customers spent $16.18, right? So what we need to find is how many liters they bought, right? So we need to divide 16.18. We need to divide by, okay, so it will be, okay, so you can use calculators here. So if we use calculators, so we have 16.18 divided by, so it will be 21.4 liters, right? And because they get 5 rewards points for every liter, so we need to multiply it by 5, and we get 21 times 5 is 105, so 107. 105, right? Because to the nearest, yeah. Sorry. So this is approximately 21 liter. So 21 times 5 is 105. So correct answer is B. Okay, let's move to the next question. I will prepare a desk. Okay, so here we're given a tent, square-based pyramid as shown below, including the base, the surface area of the tent to the nearest hundredths of the square of the meter. Okay. So we have square-based pyramid. So our slant height is 2.4, and the base, dimensions of the base 1.6. We need to find surface area including the base, right? So surface area of the pyramid, right? So it will be area of each triangle, right? So we have four isosceles triangles, right? Identical triangles, because base is a square. We have square at the base. So we have four identical triangles, so we can multiply by 4. And the area of the triangle, right, this one, is 1/2 times base, which is 1.6, times height, which is 2.4. Right, plus area of the square, which is 1.6 times 1.6. Okay, we need to calculate. Okay, let's try. So 1.6 times 2.4 times 2. Okay, so we have 7.68 plus 256. Right, and if we add, so we get 4, 1 carry forward, 2, 1 carry forward, 10, 24. 10, 24, the answer is B. Okay, answer is B. Please check. 10, 24. Okay. Next question. So if you guys still watching us, so next year we're going to have study hall here at our center. You can come any time after school. You'll have 16 hours per week to work on your homework and assignments with presence of educator, teacher, or subject expert. Right? Usually subject experts are retired teachers, tutors who have a lot of experience, or current university students from corresponding areas like mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, biology, from science faculties, and yeah. So just keep in mind this information. Next question, the perimeter of a triangle is 24 minus x. The length of two sides of the triangle are represented by expression 5x minus 7 and 2x plus 5. So we need to find length of third side. So perimeter is sum of all sides, right? So to find, we know two sides, which is 5x minus 7 and 2x plus 5. So what we need to do with and perimeter equals to 24x minus 6. So we need to subtract these two sides from the perimeter, minus 5x minus 7 minus 2x plus 5. And we open brackets, 24x minus 6 minus 5x, right? Minus in front of the brackets. So we switch signs. So it will be negative 5x plus 7, negative 2x minus 5 equals, combine like terms. 24 minus 5 minus 2, so it will be 17x. Minus 6 plus 7 minus 5, so it will be 1 minus 5 minus 4. Right, so it will, answer is 17x minus 4. And it's question B, part B. So, yeah, so here we go. Part B, right, over here. Okay, next question. Ross conducts a survey to determine the demand for skateboard park. Ross can best minimize the bias in his survey by surveying people So what do you think? So it seems like the correct answer is B, right? So he needs to ask people who have skateboard, right? So the answer is B. Next question. Kaylee earns $15 per hour and her monthly expenses are $1,150. Which of the following inequalities can be used to determine the number of hours T that Kaylee must work in 1 month to save at least $200? Okay, let's do it. Okay, so when T number of hours she needs to work. Right? So total earnings for this number of hours will be 15T, right? And her expenses, right? So this is earnings minus expenses, right? And this difference should exceed or be equal, because we ask at least $200, so $200 or more, right? So it must be then greater or equal to 200. Okay? So correct answer will be C. So we have, what, 24 more questions to go. Okay, so Francis has an equal number of nickels. Dimes and quarters. If she has $4.40 in coins, then the total number of nickels that she has is, okay, so we have nickels, dimes, and quarters, and we have equal number of coins of each denomination. So it means, so just to remind, nickel is 5 cents, dime is 10, and quarter is 25, right? So X number of each coin. Okay, so how to calculate value of nickels? So it will be X times 5, right? Or 5X. And I just want, I want to do everything in cents, right? Because I don't want to deal with decimals, right? So I'm going to do everything in cents. So it means $4.40 will be 440 cents. We just convert $4.40 into cents, and it will be 440 cents. Okay, let's get back. So this is total value of nickels. This is total value of dimes, and this is total value of quarters, right? If we add all these values, we get 440. Right, so now combining, so it will be 40x equals to 440. X equals to 11, right? So we have 11 nickels, right? Okay. Okay, a student complete the following 4 steps to solve the equation. X over 40 plus x over 60 equals to 1. However, in one of the steps, the student makes a mistake. Okay, so what do we see in first step? Right, in first step, we see that student multiplies left side by 120, but we know that whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other. So he had to multiply 1 by 120 as well, but he didn't, right? And therefore, the error is in step 1, right there. So, and again, right, so it's not hard, this exam is not hard. The only tricky part was transformation, and the only reason I didn't calculate properly in the first attempt, I made an error in adding numbers, right? So who would think? What is the value of the expression 2x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 3 if x equals to 8? Okay. 2x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 3. X equals to 8. So we just plug it in. Instead of x, we put 8 minus 3 times 8 plus 2 times 8 minus 3. That's right, I could have combined here. So 64, 8 squared is 64 times 2, 128 minus, 24 and 16. Negative 24 plus 16, negative 8. 3, so it will be 128 minus 8, 120. 120 minus 3 is 117. So correct answer will be D. Okay, next question. If the expression negative 3x plus 5 plus x minus 8 plus 5x minus 7 is simplified, which of the following rows identifies the coefficient and the constant? Okay, so negative 3x plus x plus 5x, so it will be negative 3x plus 6x, so it will be 3, right? So 3x. And constants, we have 5 minus 8 minus 3, minus 3 minus 7, minus 10. So we have 3x minus 10. The expression we have is 3x minus 10. So correct answer is B. Right? So what is combining like terms? Combining like terms meaning that we combine all the constants, we add them together, and we add all the terms that contain same letter, right? So we have 3 terms with x variable, so we need to combine together, right? So add them up or subtract, right? So if we would have another variable like y, so we would combine all the terms together that contain variable y. Okay, we can move to the next question now. Kaylee is training for a race. Each day she runs 2 kilometers more than she did the previous day. If Kaylee ran a total of 21 kilometers in 3 days, then how many kilometers did she run on the first day? Easy, right? Very simple question. So x kilometers she runs in the first day. At the first day. Then second day she runs 2 kilometers more, right? Second day. And 2 more in the third day, right? So it will be plus 4. Third day. So in 3 days, she ran total of 21 kilometers, right? So we open brackets. So it will be x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals to 21. So it will be 3x plus 6 equals to 21, right? Then 3x, we subtract 6 on both sides, we get 15. X equals to 5. So on the first day, she ran 5 kilometers. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Two friends spent a total of 3.5 hours at various places in a mall, as shown in the table. Food court 25% of the time, movie 43, shops 29 out of 3. How many minutes did they spend in the food court? So in the food court they spent quarter of the time, right? Quarter of the time, so we need to find 3.5 hours, so we can write 3.5 hours in total they spent in the mall, and quarter of this they spent at food court. Okay, so you may use calculators. So 3.5 divided by 4, that will be, okay. Three and a half times. Okay. Actually, yeah, another catch, right? So you see, I used hours, answers in minutes, so it would be easier to convert 3.5 hours into, so it's hours into minutes, right? So it will be 3 hours, will be 180, so 210 minutes, right? And 210 minutes, right? So 210 divided by 4. So what we're going to get, 50, then 10, so it's 52 and a half minutes. Okay, so be careful with units conversion. Okay. Playground. A playground is rectangular in shape with dimensions as shown in the diagram. In the diagram, by how many meters must both dimensions of the playground be increased in order to double the area of the playground? Okay. Let's see. So first we need to find current area of their playground. So 20. Okay, let's. So it's 20 by 30. So current area is 20 times 30. So it will be 600, and we want to double, right? New area, right? New. So it should be, okay. So what do you think, guys, right? So how to get 1200 given old dimensions? So what can we do? Is it by 10 meters? So if we increase, by how many meters must both dimensions, right? So we need to increase both dimensions, all right? So if we increase both dimensions, so let's say by 10 meters, right? So what we get, we'll get 30 plus 10 times 20 plus 10, right? And what we get? We get 40 by 30, right? Which gives us 1200. Right, so we need to increase both sides by 10 meters. By 10 meters. Okay, next question. A half pipe such as was used at skateboarders is shown below. So this is where people who like to do skateboarding spend time. Usually you can find these pipes at skateboards parks. Okay, so what is the area of the curved surface of the half pipe to the nearest meter. Okay, so what are we given? We're given height, length, or we can treat it as a height, and diameter, right? So we need to find surface area of the pipe. So we remember that surface area of the cylinder, right? So it's a half cylinder basically, right? Without top and bottom. Right? Surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay, so this term we use to calculate top and bottom of the cylinder, right? So if we have cylinder, it will be circle here and circle here, right? We don't need it, right? So we don't need this part, right? And this term we use to calculate the surface area of the pipe itself, cylinder, right? But we have half, right? So it means we need just, we divide it by 2, so 2 and 2 cancel each other, and we have pi r h. So surface area of this half pipe will be pi r h. And diameter is 10, right? So it means radius is 5 and length or height is 20. Then surface area will be pi times 5 times 20, so it will be 100 pi, and pi is 3.14, right? So correct answer is C, 314 square meters. Okay, let's move to the next question. So this question is for exponent rules. You'd better be good at this, not just for PAT, but in general. Okay. So we have 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 4, everything squared, divided by 2 squared times 4 cubed. Okay, so how to deal with this question? Exponent rules, right? So we have everywhere base 2, here we have base 4, but we can rewrite 4 as base 2, right? What is 4? Is 2 to the power of 2 cubed. Now let's work it out. So we multiply two numbers with the same base, different exponents. We add exponents, right? So it's 3 plus 4 will be 2/7. 2 to the power of 7 and everything to the power of 2. So here we have 2 squared. Exponent inside exponent, so we'll multiply exponents, right? So 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have exponent inside exponent, so we'll multiply. So it will be 2 to the power of 14. And here at denominator, we add exponents. We multiply two numbers with the same base with different exponents. So we add exponents, 2 to the power of 8. And when we divide two numbers with the same base, different exponents, we subtract exponents. So it's 14 minus 8. So it will be 2 to the power of 6. Okay. So the answer is part A. Okay, please read the question. A student performs an experiment by throwing a paper cup into air and observing how it lands. Okay. A tally chart of the result is shown below. According to the tally chart, about the probability of the cup not landing on its side expressed as a percentage. Okay, so we need to calculate how many total throwings he did, and if we need to add up total number of throwings. So it will be 5 times 4, 20, 22, 25. So he did 25 total 25 times he threw the cup in the air. Okay, so and how many times the cup didn't land on its side? 5, right? So 2 times he landed on the bottom and 3 times upside down. So the probability will be 5 out of 25. Right? So 5 out of 25. So it's 1 out of 5, or it's 20%, right? So it's 0.2, or it's 20%. Okay, good. This question. Next question. Movers from a particular moving company charges $46 per hour. Which of the following graphs represents the relationship between the number of hours the movers work and the total cost of the move, right? So again, we need to figure out what this type of relation between number of hours and cost, right? So more times they work, more than make money, right? And it's done at constant rate of $46 per hour. So right, so it's a constant rate. So obviously this relationship should be linear. So we have 2 such relationships, A and D, right, that represented by a straight line. But it should be A, right, because the more they work, more than earn, right? So our line should go up, not down, right? So correct answer is A. Sydney wants to build a rectangular ice rink in her backyard. If she wants the ice rink to have the greatest possible area within a perimeter of 36 meters, then she should make the length of one side of the ice rink. Okay. So let's think. Sydney wants to build a rectangular ice rink in her backyard. If she wants the ice rink to have the greatest possible area, make the length, then she should make the length of one side of the ice rink. Okay, so what we need to do here, x, y, right? So perimeter is xy, so it will be 2x plus 2y equals to 36. Means x plus y equals to 18. So what we need to list all possible factors of 18. So it's 8 by 18, 2 by 9, 3 by 6. Okay, so where we get the biggest area. Sorry, that's wrong. X plus y equals 18, right? So when we're gonna have the greatest possible area, when x and y are close together, right? We'll get the biggest possible area. So 18, so it could be 10 plus 8, 11 plus 7, right? And 9 plus 9. But we're given that this is rectangular ring, right? So 9 plus 9 we can't have, even if it gives us the biggest area, right? But it should be rectangular ring, right? 12 plus 6. So this will be 72, 77, and 80, right? So the length of this ring should be 10, right? So let's try again. So perimeter of the so length, let length be x, width will be y, right? So perimeter will be 2x's plus 2y. It means x plus y equals to 18, and we need to figure out dimensions such that we get the biggest area. So biggest area we can get if x and y are close together, keeping in mind that it should be a rectangle, right? Not square. So, and knowing this, we can try, right? So we can have 10 plus 8 gives us 18, and area we get 10 by 8 is 80. So we can have 11 plus 7. If we multiply, we get 77. So, and as you can see, the more we're spreading from the center, right, from 10 and 8, the smaller area we get, right? And as I said, 9 plus 9 we can't have, even if it gives us the biggest area, because we have rectangular ring. Okay? So we're done with this page. 16 more questions to go. Now we're all tired. Let's be ready, guys, for high school, because this is nothing that comparing to time to get ready for exams in high school. So it's a good exercise, not just preparing for PAT, but preparing for high school. And reviews for exams in high school are much more intense, and it takes 10 hours up to 16, 17 hours, right? Prep courses for exams in high school, and especially diploma exams. So it's a good exercise for you. Okay, Han can see the top of the tree in a mirror that is placed 470 centimeters from the tree when he stands 190 centimeters from the mirror. As shown, what is the height of the tree shown above? Okay, so what do we see here? Angle 1 and 2 are equal. So both these triangles, right, on the left and on the right, on the left of the mirror and right of the mirror are right triangles. So it means they both have 90 degrees. Two angles are equal. It means that third angle that from the top of the tree, right, this angle here, and this angle from his eyes, right, eyesight, are equal as well, right? 180 minus 90 and minus equal those angles, right? Because they're equal. So third angle will be the same, right? So all angles are equal. So if all angles are equal, so it means that those triangles are similar, right? And if they're similar, so they just have a scale factor, okay? Okay, so what we can do is find this scale factor. So 475 related to 190 is the same as height of the tree. We don't know, this is what we need to find. Related to the height of Hank, 172, right? And again, we double check that all units are in this same units, so everything given, all distances and height given in centimeters. Okay, so now we need to find x. So we have proportion, right? And x equals to cross multiply divide. So 475 times 172 divided by 190. Okay, so calculator, we can use 475 times 172 divided by 190. So 430, right? 430. So the height of the tree is 430 centimeters. And this is answer C. Okay, so next question, how many whole number values are part of the solution set? Okay, so we need to solve inequality. Okay, we need to solve inequality. Let's do it. -1 4 minus x over 2 less than 3. So we'll multiply everything by 2. Okay. So then we subtract 4 from all parts, and we get -x. So here we have -6, and here we have -1. And then we multiply, because we have -x, we multiply by -1 and switch signs, right? And let's put it in correct order. So x greater than 1 and less than 6, right? And the question, right, so when we have our variable have negative sign, so we multiply by -1, so all parts, and switch signs, right, into opposite direction. So that's very important, right? So we asked how many whole number values are part of the solution of this inequality, right? So between 1, and 6. How many values we have? 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. 4 whole numbers will be part of the solution. Okay, next question, not this one, this one. The following object contains 23 blue cubes and 4 yellow cubes. Each cube has a volume of 8 cube centimeters, right? What will be surface area of the object shown above if 4 yellow cubes are removed? Okay, so let's calculate surface area of this cube, right, that's given to us. So each cube has a volume of 8 centimeters. It means that edge of each cube will be 2, right? A small cube will be 2. It means that surface area of entire cube, so edge of big cube will be, right, so this is 2, 2, 2, and this is 2, 2, 2. So it will be 4, 6, 6 by 6, right, so it's 36, and we have 6 faces, right, so 36 times 6, so it will be 216, right, centimeters squared, surface area of this cube, right? So now let's think, if we remove these yellow cubes, what happens? So now we see that yellow cubes, only 2 surfaces, only 2 faces are participating in total surface area of this cube. Now when we remove them, right, so we will have additional 2 faces to be open, right, along this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, right? So we have 4. When we remove 1 yellow cube, instead of 2 faces, we have 2 additional faces, right? Or, so we remove 2 and add 4. So we add additional 2 faces. So what will be face of a small cube? Area of the small surface area of each face of the small cube, right? So because small cube has edge of 2, right? The length of each edge is 2. So area of this face for small cube will be 2 by 2, which is 4, right? Now, so we remove 4 yellow cubes. So we remove 8 faces, small faces, right? And we add 4 for each one, right? So it means 216 will remove 8. So it's 4 times 8. And we add back how many? 16. Okay. So what do we get? So 8. So we basically add another 8, right? So it will be 216 plus 32, right? And it gives us 248. centimeters squared. Okay, so this is the answer we'll get. If surface area of the cube if we remove 4 yellow cubes. Okay, again, right? So we asked what will be the surface area of the object shown above if 4 yellow cubes are removed. Okay, so we remove each cube. Yellow cube has 2 faces that participate in total surface area, right? So if we remove yellow cube, instead of 2, we're going to have 4 faces that will be shown, exposed, right? So we remove 2 and add 4 for each cube, right? And because we have 4 of them, right? So we remove 8 faces and add back 16. Okay, let's just double check the answer. So we remove 8 faces, right? And add back 16, right? So 8 because 2 times 4, or 2 faces of 4 cubes. And here we add 4 faces of 4 small cubes that we removed. Okay. Okay, please read the question. How many lines of symmetry does each of 2D shapes shown below have? Okay, so line of symmetry, so it means each shape can be divided into 2 equal parts. Okay, so first, triangle, right? Triangle with inscribed circle. Okay, so triangle usually has 3 lines of symmetry. Right, so given that this is equilateral triangle, okay, so 3, 3, next one, a square. So square can have 2. So the third shape can have only 1 line of symmetry. This one from here to here. So first shape has this line of symmetry over here and here. Right, same with second shape, this one, and this one, here. Third shape can only have this line of symmetry to make 2 equal halves. And last one can have diagonals, which gives us 2 in the middle vertical and in the middle horizontal. So last one can have 4 lines of symmetry. Okay. The diagram shown above has not been drawn to scale. So angle AOB 50 degrees, then ACB, AOB is 50, which is, this is central angle, right? And ACB is inscribed angle. And we know that if inscribed angles and central angles stand on the same arc, so the relation between them is that inscribed angle equals to half of central angle. So if central angle is 50, then inscribed angle ACB will be 25 degrees. Okay, what is the area of the red shaded region in the square shown above if the area of the yellow triangle is 18 units? Okay, so 18 units, and we can see that red triangle and blue triangles are equal. So, right, so basically 18 we can divide by 4, and it will be 18 divided by 4, it's 4.5. Right, so area of blue triangle is 4.5. Right, why? Because yellow. So we're given a square. Right, so yellow. If yellow equals to 18, then the red equals to 18, and red has been divided into 4 equal regions, like 3 red triangles and 1 blue triangle. They equal in size, so we can divide 18 by 4, 4.5, then blue triangle is 4.5. The area of one of blue square shown in the diagram is 16x, the area of the yellow section of the diagram above. Okay. Okay, so so we can see that blue region covers, length of blue region is same as 2 gray squares, right? So it means that size of gray squares so 1 blue square, right? Small square equals to 16x squared. Right, and we see that 1 gray square right here is equivalent to the length of 3 blue squares. So dimensions of blue square is 4x by 4x. 4x by 4x. Then gray square equals to length of 3 squares. So the length of gray square equals to 4x times 3, so 12x, right? So then yellow area yellow area, as we can see, the length of gray area is 4 gray, length of 4 gray squares, and width is 3 of gray squares, right? So yellow rectangle will be length will be 12x times 4, and width is 12x times 3. So here, so it will be 48x times 36x. So 48 times 36. 38 times 36 will be, okay, but what we need to do, what's left to do, is to subtract area of blue squares, right? So if one blue square is 16x squared, we have 18 of them. So blue area, right? Blue area will be 16x squared times, we said we have 18. 16 times 18, 288 x squared. Then yellow area will be, so this is total yellow. Will be 1728x squared minus 228x squared equals to 15x squared. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, last question. This square tile pattern shown below has an area of 1764 centimeters square. What is the perimeter of one yellow rectangle in the tile pattern shown above? Okay. So what we can see that this square is divided into 4 equal regions. These 2 blue squares and 2 squares that contains yellow rectangle and 2 small squares, blue and orange, right? Okay, so each area, so we need to divide it by 4. We'll get 441, right? Area of each quarter is 441. And as we can see, then in that quarter where we have yellow rectangle and 2 squares, small squares, so they divide that area into 2 halves, right? So that then the area of yellow rectangle is, we divide it by 2 again, right? And we get that area of yellow rectangle is yellow area is right. 441 we divide by 4. No, it's not raised, right? So we divide by 4. Oh, my bad. Right, so it's a square, right? So we're given a big square. So then to find length of each side, right? We just need to take square root, right? So it gives us 4.2. So we don't need area here, right? So the length of these squares length is 4.2, right? And what we can see that width length of this yellow square is half of the sorry, I'm tired a little bit. So the length of the big square, right? The dimensions of the side of the square is 4.2, right? So 17.64 square root of 17.64 will be 4.2, right? And we can see that a length of yellow rectangle will be half of this side, right? So it will be 2.1. And width of this yellow triangle will be quarter of the side length, right? So it will be quarter of the side length. So 4.2 divided by 4. So it's 105. Okay, so here we go. Right, so area is 1764. Then each side will be side length will be square root of 1764 equals to 4.2, right? 4.2. Then length of this rectangle, right, will be half of this length, so it's 2.1, and width of this rectangle will be quarter of the length of this side, right? So which is 0.5. So perimeter will be 1.05 plus 2.1 times 2. It gives us 3.15 times 2, so it will be 6.3 centimeters. Okay, we're done for today. Okay, so thank you for watching. Drop us a line, subscribe to our channel for more videos, for more reviews. We'll keep adding stuff, and we wish we know you all the best. And if you have any questions and you have any concerns, if you want to improve your math skills, general math skills that you need to graduate from high school, come over, drop us a line. If you want to extend your math skills, we do math competition, math contest preparation for Math Kangaroo and University of Waterloo math contest. So you're welcome to come. Good luck, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.